Why is the Book of the Dead
It's the book of coming forth.
yes, the Book of Breathings, all that stuff. But I'm just giving the title on the front. You can call it the Book of Going Forth by Day, and he says it there. But why is it preoccupied with not having to eat crap in the afterlife?
I can answer that.
That's what I want to know. So check this. So if I could read one section. What I doubly detest, I will not eat. This is from 189. What I detest is feces, and I will not eat it. Excrement, I will not consume it. It shall not fall from my belly. It shall not come near my fingers, and I will not touch it with my toes. Now watch what the gods ask this person. You would think the gods would be like, hey, good call. You probably shouldn't eat crap. The gods ask him how he's going to survive. Watch this. What will you live on? Say the gods and spirits to me, in this place to which you have been brought. So if you don't eat poop, what are you going to eat, man? What kind of God asks that question? And then he says what he is going to eat, right? And this is one example. This book is got 7, maybe 8 times, and it even shows you, it literally says, chapter for preventing a man from going upside down and from eating feces. It's literally again in the same chapter. Look at this, watch this. I detest feces and will not eat it. I have not gone infected into Heliopolis. Be far from me. And then it, and then again, what I detest, I will not eat it. What I detest is feces, and I will not eat it. What my ka detests is feces, and it will not enter into my body. I will not approach it with my hands. I will not tread on it with my sandals. I will not flow for you into a bowl. I will not empty out for you into a basin. I will not take anything from upon the banks of your ponds. I will not depart upside down for you. So it seems like he's even perhaps worried about being upside down, eating poop in the afterlife. What is up with Kemet? And this is not the only place. I could go to the other one. Where people are concerned, where they literally have someone professionally write this out, put it in them when they're buried, then think they need to say this. Their mouth has to be open just so they can tell the gods, I will not die and eat shit. Because you know, it's people say eat shit and die. These guys are worried about dying and eating shit. What the heck is up with your religion, bro?
Do you want an answer?
I want to know. Yes, please defend Kemet as a good Kemetic apologist as you are.
No, I believe in the Bible, and I don't, you know.
Don't say mirrors.
I don't, I'm not biased. Okay, Ezekiel 4. Let's go to verse 12.
I knew you.
This is God. This is the Almighty. He said, whose God would do this? This is God. Thou shalt eat it as barley cakes, and thou shalt bake it with dung that cometh out of man in their sight. That's feces, human feces. Yeah. And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat this, eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. Still talking about bread cooked with human feces. And then remember, you said how they were saying, no, I don't want to. Ezekiel says, then said I, oh Lord, behold, my soul hath not been polluted, for from my youth up even till now have I not eaten anything which dieth of itself, or torn to pieces, neither came anything abominable fleshed into my mouth. So same in there, he's saying, God, I don't want to eat poop. I don't even eat things.
He didn't say that. It's bread cooked with poop.
Okay.
Don't change it.
Hold on.
It doesn't say
I don't want to eat. God said, let me go back.
Hold on.
Okay, bread cooked with poop.
Does it say
Did I interrupt him? Did I interrupt him at all?
You're the one who interrupted.
But no. Did I interrupt you? No. You were.
I'm commenting on what you said.
No, you didn't have to comment. You grabbed that and you thought you found something so amazing.
No, I already knew where you were going to go.
I want to finish.
I knew you wouldn't answer from your own text.
You are talking about human feces, and why are they so preoccupied about the disgusting side of it being eaten? This particular verse is about human feces being used to cook food, and the guy's like, I don't want any human feces cooking my food. So,
and you said what God would do.
And you said, wait a minute, hold on. Hold on. Are we really going to split hairs and say, well, it's just about cooking the food with human feces? I don't think you want to go there.
Yeah, actually, I care about details.
Oh.
So
okay.
So if you eat bread that's cooked by a fire, and the source of the fire is excrement, that is radically different than putting a piece of poop into your mouth.
No, nobody's putting poop in their mouth.
Then why does it say I will not eat?
They're not putting poop in their mouth. Their God is, you said their God's preoccupied with it. The God in this Bible is saying human feces.
He says he's going to eat defiled bread.
With human feces.
Right, no, cooked by what?
Human feces.
Okay, so what's he eating, NAPAH?
No, hold on.
No, just answer. Is it bread or dung? Which one's he eating?
No one's eating poop in either text.
Okay. This doesn't say anything about being cooked by poop. It says eating it.
No one's eating poop in that text.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
I'm going to hand it to
Hold
you.
on.
I'd like you to read it.
No one is eating poop in that text, and no one is eating poop in the biblical text. What's going on is the God that you said, what God, is injecting poop into something being eaten.
Okay.
God in the book of the day coming forth says, the person saying, I don't want to eat poop. The God in this Bible is like, human feces is going to be involved in your food.
Could you?
And the guy's like, no, God, I don't want it.
Could you read this first paragraph here? The paragraph right there.
Are they eating poop?
That's actually worse than that. Because I knew you were going to go there, so I had this prepared.
But did you just, before I read this, did you read something that said, I will not eat poop?
You could read that first.
I will. Did you read something that says, please don't make me eat poop?
Yeah, I just read it to you, but it's even worse than this.
Okay, wait.
Because it's going to show you it's not about cooking.
Hold on. So, you said, before I read this, what God would tell them, I'm losing my voice, what God would tell them to eat poop, or what's this preoccupation with human poop? Mm-hmm. Ezekiel 4 talks about
it's a judgment text.
Food, this is a judgment. And this is a judgment.
They're not. It's a judgment text in which they don't have any other good source for fuel, so they burn dung.
Are you joking?
No, I'm not joking.
Whoa.
Please read
this.
Wait,
before, no.
So you're not going to read your own text.
Because
you like to read the Bible more than. So maybe you are a Christian. You can't stay away from the Bible.
I am. What do you mean,
even
maybe?
When I bring up your own text to you.
Hold on.
Why is it?
This is. Hold on. Don't do it.
Because
whose book is this? Whose book is this? Did he say it's his book?
Because
wait, no, hold on, because now you're trying to get, I can do it on every level. You're saying this is my text, but this is your book.
Got you there.
Oh yeah, I own the book. You are correct about that.
Okay, so
I have bought Comedic sources.
Now, brother,
you got me on that, and I've read the entire book.
Brother, your argument is, why is this God so preoccupied with food?
That's not exactly my argument. But if you could read this, because it's an
I have no problem reading it.
Then
but
that'd be great.
We need to clarify first where you're coming from. You're talking about human feces and being eaten.
The gods of Kemet are talking about human feces. I'm just reading their masterful works. And it's not just feces, it's urine as well.
Oh, really?
Since you won't read it,
let me get the one about you.
So
get
you're
that.
going to go to the Bible again?
Yes, because I'm going to show you it's all the same.
Right. Well, your first one
you can read it.
Didn't have anyone. Yeah, right. Because
he said, God, I don't want to eat this bread.
Yes. What's the word he said there? Bread.
Oh.
Bread.
But why is Ezekiel saying he doesn't want to eat it?
This isn't bread.
Why is he comparing it in verse 14? Oh God, please, I haven't ever eaten anything defiled. After he tells him to eat this bread cooked to poop.
Because for a Hebrew, eating bread cooked by fuel
fuel?
Yeah, because
no poop.
The fuel.
The poop is the fuel.
Yes, because it's a judgment text would be detestable.
Thank you. You just acquiesced to what I'm saying.
No, I'm explaining.
Eating poop is detestable. And this book says it, and this book says it.
They're eating bread.
And God is
eating bread.
God is entertaining it.
Okay, so now
God's like, hey, why don't you eat some poop that came out of humans?
So you never answer. No,
God, why don't you cook your bread?
No, he didn't say that, NAPAH.
Why don't you cook your bread?
NAPAH.
Let me read it.
Unless you're going to actually read what the text says.
Verse 12.
No, let me say
Thou shalt eat barley cakes, and thou shalt bake it with the dung that comes out of a man.
What are you going to eat? What are you going to eat? What are you going to eat? Listen to Paul.
If it's so okay.
What are you going to eat?
If it's so okay, why is Ezekiel upset about it?
Because Hebrews had a high standard of cleanliness. That's why they had to wash their hands again and again. That's why menstrual cycles, you had to be separated. All kinds of stuff for cleanliness. That's why the dead are buried outside the camp. They had a high standard for cleanliness. That's why after nocturnal missions, you had to be all kinds of stuff.
So
That's
you
why
think
leprosy
it's okay to eat poop? Food cooked with poop. Human poop.
This is a judgment on them because it's saying it's all
bad.
they're going to have left. They're not eating poop, they're eating bread. As you read yourself.
Cooked with poop.
Now I'm going to show you. Right. So do you understand that eating bread and eating poop are two different things? I think you do.
Now you're just being, you know that's not the point.
Yet, of course
the point is,
now I'm
you
read
said
this.
what God is preoccupied with human poop.
I'm going to read this.
This God is.
I'm going to read this. Preoccupied is found multiple places in here. Now I'm going to show you another one, okay? Because you wouldn't read it. This is from 53. I am the horned bull who rules the sky, Lord of celestial appearings, the great illuminator who came forth from the heat, who harnesses the years. The double lion is glad, and the movement of the sunshine has been granted to me. I detest what is detestable. I will not eat feces. I will not drink urine. I will not walk head downward. Now, this is clear. It's not about cooking anything. The dude is literally concerned he's going to have to drink piss in the afterlife. Someone please explain to me why Kemetic cats of old were worried about eating doo-doo and drinking pee-pee after they died. So much so that they spent their money while they were alive making texts that mentioned not doing it multiple times. Now, can you answer from this source?
Got it. You asked a question. Why were the Kemetic writers writing about a god, right? Why were they preoccupied with eating poop and drinking urine? Even though we agree that in the text they say, I don't want to do it. Let me get another verse out of the Bible. 2 Kings, verse 18. Chapter 18, verse 27. You know where I'm going. I'm going to read the New International Version. But the commander replied, was it only to your master and you that my master sent me to say these things, and not to the people sitting on the wall, who like you will have to eat their own excrement and drink their own urine?
Yeah, so
come on, VOCAB, stop.
But there's two things about that. I already that was just the thing. I already know those are there. They don't.
Why are you worried about what they're saying? They're saying it in the Bible.
Because that's the tu quo fallacy. It's not actually answering the question. None of you have answered the question. So you're not doing anything magnificent.
Okay.
You're showing me text I already know exists.
Then why are you worried about the book of the day coming forward?
Because
the Bible has it.
No. Because I know why they're in the Bible. So you never asked. They're judgment texts. These are judgment texts. But no one's explained what's going on with Kemet, right? Yeah.
And then asking another question. You asked, why are they concerned with this? But then you added, what God would be concerned with?
Bingo.
And then she said, oh, what God? Let me show you.
No.
What God.
No, now you're not understanding the flow
You
of the
did say
argument.
that.
No, I'll show you my words.
That's what you said.
See, you guys are very good listeners. You are not very good listeners. No, you are not.
The Bible, and you're right.
Let me finish. When he said, no, let me finish, please, because you didn't quote me right. Let me please finish this. When he said, I won't eat poop and pee, your God said, what are you going to eat then? What I was saying is, what kind of God would answer, well, if you don't eat poop and pee, what will you eat? As if you should, as if you're expected to. That was the point I made. You guys are not listening to what I'm actually saying. In the Bible, it's the opposite. These are judgments. These are showing the downfall of your civilization. You need to understand the ancient Near Eastern context. This is a common thing that happens in siege warfare. This is what's happening. Now I'm asking you, in the afterlife, what's going on?
I can't address 37 things if you're talking about 50. I'm
Just one.
thing.
So you were asked that they will even copy that. That's a no.
You were asked.
You guys are really serious. Wow.
Right.
Listen. You were asking me a question like a lawyer would.
Yeah.
And you're saying, I want you to answer this thing. But what came out your mouth was, and what she heard was, what God? And she said, oh, the irony in that is your God.
In relationship to what question, though?
In relationship to your own statement.
No,
about your mouth.
it was a specific.
Stop.
No,
Look,
it was a
stop.
specific question.
No.
Remember when the God said, "What are you going to eat then?" That was in relationship to that question.
I'm not talking about Kemet. I'm not talking about Christianity.
No.
I'm talking about what you just
Right.
said.
I said it in relationship to the God saying,
No,
"What will you eat
I
then?"
stated that. I
Okay.
said you were asking the question.
Yahweh's not saying that. He's saying it's a
I didn't say
judgment.
he did I? Listen to what
All
I'm
right,
saying.
so there we
Just
go.
Stop, take your bias out.
So there we
Listen.
go.
You said, I want a question to X while making another statement. For example, this is a biased thing, but this is still a statement. I can say, why would I answer a question from you? You could be an agent. But I'm sure you're talking about Christianity. The only thing you might have heard was, why did you call me an agent? Not the fact that I referenced Christianity. And the person said, it's interesting because I have a picture of you in the FBI. The point is the fact that you said, what God would talk about this? And then, well, your God says it too.
No.
That's the point she's referencing. Your God
That's
also talks about it.
So you're answering a question I didn't ask.
But you did. That's why.
No.
No, I'm asking the question.
No.
I'm answering the point of the question
I'm telling you what I asked, not what you thought I heard. I did say the preoccupation with commit about eating poop in the afterlife. That's true. The question about what God, that was in relationship to this. Now I'm going to read it again because you're not understanding. I'm saying what kind of God would say, well then what will you live
I have
on?
an answer to that. I'm
So
telling you
watch
the
this.
answer you're asking for doesn't
This is from
have
82.
additional
So yet
context.
another different one. What I doubly detest, I will not eat. What I detest is feces, I will not eat it. What I detest is excrement, it shall not enter my body. Now listen to the God's question. And here's what I was asking about, not what you're saying. What will you live on? Say the gods and spirits to me. That was where I said, what kind of God says that?
And
My
I'm
point
saying
is,
wait,
that was my
stop.
point
We're
right there.
right now. We're right
Specific, yeah.
I'm saying after you said, if you would have just stopped and said, can you answer that? That's the end. You added more pretext to it. What kind of God would? Now you open the door to, guess what? Your God.
No, he doesn't.
Twice.
No.
Ezekiel. Here's another
No.
one. In fact, I know 7 more in there that talk about don't eat shit. They talk about don't eat
Don't.
feed.
Your God says, what will you live on then?
Now see, look.
Do you
I'm
see the
talking-
difference?
No, listen. You're doing the same thing she's doing.
No.
I am talking about 2 texts saying the same type of context, eating
Right.
shit. You were saying I was talking about the God, and she is saying she was talking about the book. So now you're doing the same thing. You're just splitting hairs. It doesn't matter.
It certainly does, because it's the basis. Because
You're picking what answer she picked.
the gods here say, "What will you live on?"
Right, and your book there says humans don't eat shit. She's not picking the God. she's
My
picking the
God
context.
makes it. It's a judgment. It's not something where the God will be like, "I don't know what you're going to live on if you don't eat poo poo."
Well, here's
You see what I'm saying?
Guess what?
In
Both
fact-
religious books talk about it. Now I just took God out of it. Now they both talk
No,
about it.
that's really not. Well, you got to be more careful of that. But just because a book addresses a topic or a subject doesn't mean they're saying the
Both
same.
religious books are talking about
No,
it,
no.
so what's the point?
Talking about it doesn't mean you're saying the same thing about it.
Okay. They're both talking about eating shit though, right?
Yeah, one is a judgment.
Can we agree?
One is a judgment in the present.
No. I didn't ask for pretext. I'm just
One is a
asking yes or no
judgment.
question.
First of all, in the first instance you gave, the answer is no. It was talking
that
about
book
eating
that she
bread.
just read is not
And the
talking
first
about-
one is talking about eating bread.
Okay, and the second one?
And you
This-
said preoccupied.
Wait.
Well, the first one you.
But you said preoccupied with poop.
The
Okay,
second.
wait, stop. So, but the second one, we can both agree that the both contexts are eating shit.
And the King's one, it has to do with the siege warfare yet again.
Eating shit.
So no one has answered the question yet, though.
I'm gonna.
That's what I'm
get
hoping.
you on her context of it's not about the question, it's the after part that you added on. It's the
Yeah, it's still valid though. So I understand you're saying not, but I believe it is because the gods here are saying, "What we live on then," implying if you don't eat poop, what do you eat?
right.
Why would they say that in the
reason why this is
afterlife?
important
You see what I'm
is
saying?
because you're not understanding the context of the torments of the afterlife.
That's what I want you to talk about. That's exactly what I want you to talk about. Yes. Okay. Excellent.
Because you don't understand the context of the torment of the afterlife, they're talking about the conditions of, in simile, just so we have a comparison, of hell. So I said in the King James Bible, it says in hell you will have to digest hot coals, just for example. One of the contexts of hell, one of the punishments of the gods is you suffering because you don't have enough money to actually pay for your existence in the afterlife. In other words, you didn't bring enough food, bread, water, you're just supposed to prepare all that. before you die. So now, if you have no food to make the journey from the walk to Anubis, what will you consume? And this is actually something they did in that time. They ate shit and drunk their own pee going through the desert.
The Egyptians?
And everybody. This is just constant everybody.
The Hebrews ate manna.
And to this day, people
Oh my God.
They weren't eating no poop.
How do you know? Are you
To
there?
this day, right now,
You're not a Christian.
I am a
Doesn't
Christian.
even believe the Bible.
I have to go, so I'm going to make it short. You asked for an answer. To
Right.
this day, the Mongols still cook food with shit. They still use the fuel source that you're saying
Hey.
because they don't produce wood where they live.
Right.
So to this day, right now in 2022,
Well, cooking is different than eating it, though,
the
right?
same difference. They still prepare food with shit when there's plenty of other food sources.
Fuel sources, right, right.
Solar power, I'm just saying.
That's a good way to use it, right? Right?
The
Could be.
context of that time is now in that period.
Okay.
Right? So one of the torments that they bring up
You-
and
right.
discuss and they talk about is that you will be tormented for your basically poverty by having to be forced to consume your own excrement
Right.
because
Right.
you are a poor planner in life. It is literally saying, do not prepare a life of such poverty that in the afterlife you will be tormented by having to eat your own excrement because you have nothing else. It's saying, what will you eat if you didn't bring food? It's not
Excellent.
saying,
Okay.
So wait, let me
Good.
finish my
Oh,
point. You can
well,
say whatever you want.
it
It's
seemed
not
like you were done. My
saying-
bad.
It's not saying that you have to eat it. It is literally a warning saying if you're going to die, be prepared. It would be the same thing as me saying if you die, you have a son, you have a child, you should have life insurance. Because if you die and he has no relatives or family, how will somebody take care of him? And he says, well, I'm not going to be poor. I'm not going to eat out the trash. I'm not going to squander the streets. That is what it's contextual. But it is period text. So in that period, people that starved literally had to use, as you said, a fuel source of dung because, they didn't have wood because they were poor. So they had to use their own shit. So it's the same context. It doesn't matter that if they're eating bread, it's that somebody else cooked bread with fire and someone else maybe used the dead body of a cow or bones. They had to use shit because they were so poor. And that is the context. They're saying,
Excellent.
don't be so unprepared of death.
So what are you doing in your life to prepare to make sure in your afterlife you don't have to eat poop fed to you by the gods?
I am preparing a life where I am fruitful.
Are you worried that in your afterlife you have to eat poop or pee?
I am worried in my afterlife. Well, no. So this is, okay, I understand where you're confused.
No, I'm not confused. I'm holding your feet to the fire. I know what you're probably going to say, which is you don't even believe it's real,
You
basically.
assume, you don't know.
Well, that's why I want to hear your answer.
So, you are taking a contextual warning to life. Like I just made that relative to 2022, right?
Is that in here though? What you just said?
Yes, I'm giving you
Okay.
context. I'm saying the warning in that book is saying you should have life insurance for your son. It's relative to 2022 because it is saying prepare in life for death and be prepared so well that in death you do not have to suffer. It could be suffrage of don't make your family have to bury you because you were so poor, so silly, you didn't have life insurance for your funeral or whatever. It is pictographical understanding. Everything in text is not literal to the sense of, you know what? Hey, Sané, don't eat your shit. It's not literal.
So
It's
no one,
saying-
well, not now. When he died though.
No. It's saying that you're confusing death with the Christian version of death.
No,
It's not
no.
how they saw death. They saw his life as life eternal. So if he was poor in life, he would be poor therefore in death to the point.
Which shows your religion is an elitist religion. That's part of the point we apologists make against Kemet. It's an
What the hell?
you know that's, now check this out. This was found with a real person, right?
You
Yeah.
assume that I think elitism is wrong, and that's where you're wrong.
Oh well, okay, well
So, yeah.
that's good to know. Okay, well I know some supremacists who would agree with you.
So look, but here's the problem. Kemet with elitism created class systems. That's why there's a difference between racism and classism. If you had to talk to somebody, you said, who would you rather deal with? A racist that hated Italians or a classist that said you should work and be a better class of human? The class system worked in Egypt because the rich people took care of the poor people, which is how the Hebrews got there. They taught them Kemetic Hebrew, they gave food, they fed them, and even when they said, hey, would you help us with these jobs? It wasn't even like American slavery. It was like, oh, here's your whole city.
No, they got there because
They gave them
because they bought Joseph as a slave.
And what I said
That was the beginning.
Even the way that they
The brothers sold him.
Yeah, but don't forget that there was a market.
But the brothers, the Hebrew brothers sold
I
him.
know that, but if you can't sell slaves if there's not a market.
I acknowledge that, and you didn't hear what I said.
You said it was you made it sound like it was compassion. I agree. I agree the compassion comes later on. I do agree with that.
That's not what I said. Don't put words in my mouth. I specifically said even the way that they did slavery was not like American chattel.
We know that. We know that.
No.
We talk about this all the time. I know. It was not the same.
We live So I want you to understand that the classism that people are talking about is not the classism in 2022.
We know that.
Talking about a classism that really took care of the poor down to the slaves. So yeah, an elitism. I'm okay with that.
A few things.
All right, we're wrapping it up. Come on, you want to close it?
Right.
What
No, I'm
you just
good.
said is not actually in
We
the
have to
book about
continue
life
this some other
insurance
day.
comparison. It's just it says don't eat poop. There's much better ways to say buy life insurance, other than don't worry about eating poop.
Understand the context of
But that's what you're saying. And again, that's a very elitist thing to put food and all this stuff in there with when you're buried. It's something that